Welcome to Spiritual Dessert Trews, episode 50 for Russell Brand and other people. Yes, the letter of the law. I don't know why. Just, I've got lots of hats. Yes, so going back to the story of a soul, still reading from the autobiography of St. Therese. Story of a soul. And it's interesting. She said she would have loved to be able to meditate. But Marie thought I was devout enough already and only let me say prayers. One of the mistresses at the Abbey asked me one day what I did with myself when I went home to Le Buissonnet. And shyly, I told her, sometimes I go hide myself in a little corner in my room, which I can shut off with my bed curtains. And just think. She laughed and asked, "What do you think about?" "About God," I told her. "About how short life is." Mind you, she was only like 10. About how short life is and about eternity. Well, I just think this little incident was not forgotten, and she often used to remind me of it and ask me if I still thought. It's so damn cute. I realize now that I was really meditating while the Divine Master was gently at work in my soul. The 3 months of preparation for my first communion, oh my gosh, it was like 7, passed quietly, and I soon found myself in retreat at the Abbey as a full boarder. It was a wonderful retreat. I did not think anyone could taste such happiness except in a religious house. Or yoga. There were not many of us, so we could all have individual attention, and I could never express how grateful I was for the way our mistress mothered us. I do not know why, but they seemed to watch over me more tenderly than over the others. The first mistress used to come every night with her little lamp and gently draw aside the bed curtains. Then she'd kiss me very tenderly on my forehead. She showed me so much affection for me that one evening, touched by her tenderness, I said to her, "Oh, madame, I'm so fond of you. I want to tell you a secret, a big secret." What could a saint be telling her? "I had been hiding your precious little book," oh, Marie's book, "from Karma under my pillow." Ah, she wanted to be a nun. I bet you that was the secret. "And now I drew this out to show her, my eyes shining." She opened it very carefully and then told me how lucky I was. Several times during my retreat, I realized that there were very few motherless children who were looked after as tenderly as I was at that age. I listened most attentively to Father Domin's conferences and took very careful notes, but I did not put down any of my own thoughts because I was sure that I should remember them quite easily. And so I did. Not like me. I write in my gratitude journal and have to hurry up. I have like a great dream and I have all these details in full color, and if I don't write, so many other things happen. Oh man, just only so much room left. How delighted I was to be able to follow the divine office, just like the nuns. What? You could have picked me out from the rest by the big crucifix Leonie had given me, which, like missionaries, I had fastened to my belt. And everyone thought I wanted to be like you. I thought of you so very often, for I knew that you were in retreat. Not? It is true that I was. Okay? For Jesus to give himself to you, but so that you could give yourself completely to him. On the very first day of my first communion, and so this quiet time of waiting was twice as dear to me. At last, the most wonderful day of my life arrived, and I can remember every tiny detail of those heavenly hours. My joyous wakening up at dawn. That happened to me the other night. I fell asleep. I woke up at dawn. It's like, no, 4:30. I got up and took a shower. I had to wash off the day before. Told you I can't really sleep. Well, that's not true entirely. I can sleep. Out of control. Like a narcoleptic. That's because I go like the Energizer Bunny until it's The battery stop. Unbelievable. At last, the most wonderful day of my life arrived, and I can remember every tiny detail of those heavenly hours. Kisses of the mistress and older girls in the room where we dressed, filled with the white snowflakes in which one after another we were clothed. They were wearing white. And above all, our entry into chapel, singing the morning hymn. You know, singing actually reverses the aging process. We should just all be singing, whether we can sing or not. I mostly sing in the shower. So the other night I'm visiting them with my mom, and I don't know why, but I found the old Christmas Carol book that I used when I was like a kid, a tiny kid, and we used to actually go Christmas caroling. Whatever happened to that? I guess we can't go door to door anymore. It's not safe. But I do miss those days. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, we tested out every song and see if we remember them, and we do remember them. We were losing our voice by the end. But it was hilarious. It's just me. I don't play guitar, but I'll pick up the guitar and start making something up. My mom will laugh. Oh, Altar of God. Oh, this is the morning hymn. Where the angels are hovering. I would not tell you everything, even if I could, for there are certain things which lose their fragrance in the open air. Like a gardenia, I put it in a Ziploc. I found it at the Longwood Gardens, and I was so excited. I kept smelling it. I made everybody else smell it too. It was great. But yeah, too much open air, it lost its fragrance. Certain thoughts so intimate that they cannot be translated into earthly language without losing at once their deep and heavenly meaning. How lovely it was, that first kiss of Jesus in my heart. It was truly a kiss of love. I knew that I was loved, and I said, I love you, and I give myself to you forever. Jesus asked for nothing. He claimed no sacrifice. Long before that, he and little Therese had seen, understood one another well, but on that day, it was more than a meeting, it was complete fusion. We're no longer two, for Therese had disappeared like a drop of water lost in the mighty ocean. Jesus alone remained, the Master and the King. Had she not asked him to take away her liberty, the liberty she feared? She felt so weak and frail that she wanted to unite herself forever to the divine strength. And her joy began, so vast, so deep, that now it overflowed. Soon she was weeping, to the astonishment of her companions. Sounds like me. My mom wrapped these adorable things, just little care package things, but she wrapped them with so much love, and everything was matching, and it was so touching that I started to cry. I think I'm a lot like the saint. I don't know. Not there yet. But there's hope for everybody. She felt so frail and weak, and her joy became so vast, it overflowed, and she was weeping. Why did she cry? Was there something on her conscience? Perhaps it was because her mother was not there, or the Carmelite sisters she loved so much. It was beyond them that all the joy of heaven had entered one small exiled heart that was too frail and weak to bear it without tears. If in the absence of my mother could make me unhappy on the day of my first communion, as all heaven entered my soul, my mother came to me as well. Nor could I cry because you were not there. We were closer than ever before. It was joy alone, deep, ineffable joy that filled my heart. And on that positive note, pleasant dreams. Kisses.